and welcome to Vegan Pics and to Paphos, Cyprus. Hello and welcome to my channel Vegan Pics and to this video all about being vegan in Paphos, Cyprus. I'm going to be showing you all the places I ate at during my stay and saving the best till last, so make sure you stick around until the end. Paphos is a great place to visit. It's filled with lots of history and ancient ruins that are super cheap to go and visit, with lots dating back to Roman times. There are also plenty of bars and restaurants to visit too. My partner and I booked a 6-night stay at the Leonardo Cyprian Maria Resort, which is one of many resorts along the coast, about 25 minutes away from the airport. We went in 2021 around mid-November, so it was off-season. We booked a bed and breakfast stay rather than a half-board or all-inclusive because we wanted to sample the local food, and I'm so glad we did. Right, let's get to the food. Cypriot food is heavily influenced by Greek and Turkish cuisine, so you can find plenty of these restaurants in Paphos. You'll also find a ton of Italian, French, Indian and Chinese restaurants because it's such a tourist destination. I saw many of them had vegan options, so if you're intending on visiting those kind of restaurants as a vegan, you really won't struggle in Paphos. Although tempting, we tried to avoid these places to try more of the local cuisine. So in this video, I'm going to show you the vegan options at restaurants that served either Greek Cypriot food or Turkish Cypriot food. You can often find traditional Cypriot dishes at restaurants which call themselves taverns in Paphos, and I'll talk you through some of the ones that we went to. I'll also list them in the description so you can check them out for yourselves. As a general note, I didn't struggle to eat as a vegan in Paphos. It wasn't a chips and bread situation. All the waiters we had at the various restaurants knew what being vegan meant and were able to either point out items on the menu or ask the chef to adjust an existing dish. Cypriot dishes tend to be quite meat heavy, such as dishes like kleftiko, souvlaki, dolma, sheftalia, to name a few, but there are some things as vegans can dig into too. Let's start with breakfast. As I mentioned earlier, we booked our hotel as a bed and breakfast stay, so our breakfast was included every morning. It was a usual continental breakfast, so I mainly had some sort of variation of hash browns, beans, some veg, bread, salad and fruit. It was nothing special, but I was able to fill my plate with various vegan bits. I was, however, impressed to see that there was a range of plant milks available, including coconut, oat and soya, so that was great to see. They were the curdling type, so no Oatly, but still massively appreciated. Okay, let me run you through where we went for our lunch and dinners, starting with Viva Cypress Restaurant. We went here for dinner one night, and although this place didn't have any vegan main dishes, they did have some side dishes or starters, which ended up being a huge meal. I ordered the hummus, which was nice, and it came with some garlic bread that they drizzled olive oil on, a tabbouleh kind of dish, which was quite tangy but had a really refreshing flavour, some garlic mushrooms, which they usually use butter for, but they happily made these vegan for me, and a potato salad. I thought the food was good because I had a range of different dishes and the staff was super friendly, but it wasn't anything special if I'm honest. Next we have a place that we went to for a lunchtime snack, and it was in Old Town Paphos. It was called Cava Cafe, and it wasn't a place I'd researched, but we just happened to walk past it and fancied a snack. It turned out that this place had some of the best garlic mushrooms I have ever had. They were meant to be cooked in butter, but we asked for them to just be cooked in oil instead, and they came with this delicious warm bread. We also wanted to try some of the local Cypriot coffee that we often saw on the menu, and so we ordered that here too. It came black and was really tasty and smooth. I definitely recommend trying this place if you're nearby. The vibe here was super cute and relaxed, and it has some beautiful trees to sit under. Next up is another place we tried for dinner, which was, excuse my pronunciation if I say this wrong, Demokritos Taverna, which claims to be the oldest traditional tavern. So here they gave us complimentary warm Cypriot pita bread with an olive tapenade, which was vegan, and a garlic butter, which wasn't. The olive tapenade was delicious, as was the bread. We also ordered a salad, which was super fresh and drizzled in local olive oil. For mains, I ordered a falafel dish, which was vegan, and came with a side of hummus, salad, veg, spinach and rice, and corn on the cob. The dish overall was lovely. The falafel was soft and flavourful and pretty heavy, and they were quite big. The spinach and rice was super tasty. It's served at a lot of the taverns, and I would definitely recommend trying it. It's delicious. The place had a really nice vibe, playing some nice chilled out music. We got there quite early, but it filled up quite quickly while we were there. I think they also have live performances later on in the night too. Next, we have a place that we went to just for a drink, but it's worth mentioning. If you're looking for a bougie kind of vibe, then Muse is definitely worth a visit. It's located in Old Town Paphos and is quite high up, so you get a really great view of the city. It's a really nice chilled kind of vibe, and their menu was pretty varied too, and they did lots of Italian sandwiches and pasta dishes. They didn't have much Cypriot food, so we just had a drink there, but I did see that they had a vegan soup and also a vegan burger if you did want to eat there. Next up, we have another place that we went to for dinner. Now, I can't decide which one was better between this one and another place that I'll mention at the end. This place was called Agora Tavern and is located in Old Town Paphos. Here they only do meze, and you can choose between meat, fish or veggie. I told them I was vegan though, and 2 different waiters at 2 different times came up to me just to double check that I was vegan and not veggie, and it didn't seem a problem to them. So they started by serving the starters, which was a meze consisting of 9 dishes, and about 6 of them were vegan. This consisted of some delicious butter beans in a tomato and herb kind of sauce, a beetroot and grain salad, an amazing paste made from fava bean, some delicious warm pitta, a large salad covered in balsamic vinegar and olive oil, which did have a large piece of feta on top, but my partner ate that and I kind of had the underneath bits. And last but by no means least, a hummus with whole smoky chickpeas. Honestly, that hummus was some of the best I've ever had. This meal was a 10 out of 10 from both of us, and it was only the starter. After this, they slowly brought out the main meze dishes as they were ready, and there were a total of 5. These weren't as nice as the starters, and they were pretty simple. You'll see what I mean in a minute, but I've got to rate them still because they really did provide variety and a great selection for vegans. So for mains, they first served a lovely aubergine and tomato salad on pitta with hummus. That was really good. Next, it was a red pepper cooked in a delicious salty herby oil drizzled with hummus. My partner tried this and said it was actually better than his non-vegan version, which was a pepper stuffed with cream cheese. Next was some stuffed mushrooms with herbs and hummus. Again, this was delicious. After this came some roast potatoes, and these were cooked and flavored really nicely. And then finally some roast veg, which was pretty average, but I mean, I was more than full and happy by this point. The vibe here was super cute, and it was completely full by the time we started eating, which just showed how popular it was. I was honestly so full by the end of this meal, as you can see by my food baby. And the best thing was that it was only about 14 euros each for so many dishes. They also do have dessert on the menu, but we were just too full. My partner also said that after looking online, people recommend to book because it gets so full. So we did that, and it might be something that you need to consider before heading there. Okay, so we've got a couple more places left. Next, we have Hondros Taverna, which also claims to be the oldest traditional tavern in Paphos. This place had a cute setting. We sat under a beautiful old tree. To start, we ordered some meze, and the waiter pointed out the vegan ones for us. The starters were nice, not amazing if I'm honest, but still tasty. We got an aubergine and pepper dip and hummus as the vegan options, and some delicious fresh pitta. For mains, I was quite limited for choice, but I did find a traditional Turkish Cypriot dish called imam bayuldi, which was completely vegan. It consisted of courgette and aubergine cooked in a tomato and onion sauce. It was nice, but again, I wasn't wowed by the flavor. It was just nice to try something local. My partner really enjoyed his moussaka from this place though, so maybe their non-vegan food was better. Okay, so you've made it to the final part of this video, and I have saved the best till last. This place and Agora Tavern that I mentioned earlier were super close, but I think our favorite place in Paphos was the Windmill. I found this place online and saw that the reviews were amazing. The Windmill is a family-run restaurant with such a lovely, classy vibe. The menu was super clear as well, so it showed exactly which dishes were vegan. To start, they bring out some warm pitta, which was delicious, and they serve it with a lentil rice dish, which was absolutely amazing. I did write the name of this dish down, but I can't seem to find it. So if anyone knows what it's called, then please let me know in the comments. Unfortunately, we weren't too hungry when we went to this place. So we just ordered a vegan meze to share, but we wish we were hungrier because it was so good. It consisted of 6 different dishes, some garlic mushrooms, some spinach and rice, veggies, a bean soup, and a potato and cauliflower dish. Honestly, each part was flavored so well, it was incredible. We literally cleaned the plate with our leftover bread, it was that delicious. We also got chatting to the lovely waiter who set the restaurant up with his dad. I told him how great it was to see that there was a vegan meze on the menu. And he said, of course, we have to adapt to the times, which I thought was really nice to hear. He also mentioned that their baklava was also vegan. So we thought it would be rude not to try it. He brought out mine with a vegan strawberry sorbet, which was incredible. They also do an 18-dish vegan meze, which looks insane. So if you're around, definitely check it out. Honestly, I cannot recommend this place enough. It's well worth a visit. We did visit a few other places for snacks and small bites, one of them being a quick gyros stop. Unfortunately, there were no vegan options, which is expected from a place like that. So it was kind of a chips and bread situation. We also had some sorbet when we were out and about and just walking around. So many of the places in Paphos that do ice cream do at least a couple of flavors of sorbet, which are usually vegan. A couple more things to mention. Cyprus is known for its olives and olive oil. We had some really delicious olives out there, and the olive oil is super tasty too. So I would definitely recommend trying some if you can. We also had a snoop around one of the local supermarkets, and I was actually really impressed with the amount of plant-based things they had. The range of fresh fruit and veg was lush. They had lentils and nuts for days. And the plant-based milks were literally endless. So if you're heading to Paphos on a self-catering holiday, you really wouldn't struggle as a vegan. One final thing is that Paphos is literally cat city. There are cats everywhere, which hang out in these little gangs. It's really cute. And they're absolutely beautiful. We saw lots of different varieties. So if you're a cat lover, this is your city. And that's it from me. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope it helps you if you're traveling to Paphos as a vegan. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and also follow me on Instagram. See you soon.